This is pretty. We enter the grand tree, thankful that it's not ablaze. But something else immediately stands out. It's empty. The survivors that we hoped to see were nowhere to be found.
Empty, huh? Just what the hell is going on here?
I don't know.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Where are all the villagers? There must be something here.
Something like what?
Ulrich, the triumvirate is burning down Valinor. They seem to think we're caught up with the rebels. Thinking there's no evidence? That's stupid.
She starts pacing around the grand tree, mumbling. I can tell she's searching for something, but I don't know what. I look at Ulrich and he shrugs, just as uncertain as me.
Look, maybe Milas knew we'd come here. He must have left something behind for us, right? There's no survivors here, so we're back to evidence now.
Ulrich sighs and starts looking around as well. Whatever it is that Valessa wants to find, hopefully it's here.
None of this is helping, Valessa. It's a tree. Nothing more, nothing less.
Oh, there has to be something here. Come on, Cirrus, give us a hand.
Exploration tutorial. The sword icon means you can freely move the cursor around the screen. The dialogue bubble. It will change to a bubble when hovering over an interactive object. Clicking. I'm getting out, I'm sorry. I woke up a couple hours ago and I'm still pretty tired. I didn't sleep well. But I wanted to record for the sake of, like, not doing anything over the weekend. Or over the week in general. Clicking when the icon is changed will interact with the selected object. The character is you can initiate a conversation with present comrades by clicking their icon. Note that not every map has a comrade, while others have multiple. The book icon, some maps will display how many books are hidden and how many you've found. Map, when present, this icon will leave to the current world map. Paper, clicking this icon will open the save game menu. Question mark, click this icon at any time to see this tutorial once more. In direction arrows, note that some maps have multiple areas. Clicking these arrow icons will navigate between these when available. It is optional. Optionable, that's not a word. It is optional, but highly recommended that you talk to your comrades. There's also achievements for it too. The vines underneath the altar are huge. This tree must be thousands of years old. I wonder then if it predates the triumvirate. There's a spot that looks weak. I move some vines aside and find a little alcove. Part of me hopes that survivors are hiding down here, but there are none. Just a pile of old dusty books. At the moment, none of them seem relevant. This looks like a comfortable place to sit down. Unfortunately, I don't think we have time to relax. I better get back to searching with Ulrich and Valessa. This light isn't from the outside. The tree is actually bioluminescent. I wonder if the spirit realm is the cause. Bioluminescent means that the... Okay, so there are fish that live at the bottom, at the very depths of the ocean. They are bioluminescent, and they can kind of the anglerfish. It's bioluminescent to catch its prey and stuff. Kind of like tricks its prey into thinking that it's got safety and nom nom. I wonder if the spirit realm is the cause. Let's talk to our friends. Find anything useful?
No, there's not much here. But I guess if we spread out, we stand a better chance. Not that there's too much ground to cover.
What should I look
If
for?
I knew, we'd have found it already. Valessa seems to think Milas left something behind. But he isn't dumb. He wouldn't leave stuff out in the open. If it were up to me, we'd all be long gone. I can't fight your choice, though. It's your village. Let's do our best to hurry and get out of here.
Okay. Where did you come from?
You mean today, or in general?
Where were you born,
Actually,
I mean?
I come from Alarinthia, practically born with the blade in my hand. A figure of speech, of course. Don't picture that.
Just a fetus with a little sword.
Eventually, you grow up and need money of your own. I took the first ship to Mazeo and started selling my sword arm. I don't miss that place at all. It's disgustingly warm and humid.
Ew. What's it like in
It's really
Alarinthia?
different than what you think. We recognize power, not lineage, or claim to the throne. Or I guess they do, since I no longer live there. Instead of elections, there's a tournament every few years. Only the strongest tribe wins the right to rule Alarinthia. Of course, the rule is always contested shortly after. It's good not to make any close friends. You never know who you'll have to put to the blade. It's a culture of war, and only the strongest prevail.
What a horrible place. I'm glad to live in Valinor. Or that sounds pretty awesome, to be honest. No, that's really kind of sad.
No offense, but you have it pretty easy here. This is a paradise compared to what I had in Alarinthia. I mean, present circumstances excluded, of course.
Is there lots of competition as a sellsword? Does your family miss you? The weather is really that bad?
The weak die out pretty fast, so not really. I'd say there's always a stable top 10 list. If someone isn't on it, they aren't worth your time.
Are you on the list? That seems pretty shallow. Well, Ulrich seems to make himself out like he's some tough guy, so is he
Very
on the list?
funny. A joke question. I'll pass.
But I was being serious, Ulrich. Jesus. Does your family miss
No,
you?
I'm with my true family in Mazeo. We have a different concept of family in Alarinthia. You choose your family, and members come and go. When I left Alarinthia, I left that family behind. I made a new one in Mazeo, and they're no less important. We don't go by blood in Alarinthia, but by choice.
Ooh, so you get to choose your own family. What happened to your birth family then?
They died during one of Alarinthia's tournaments. What stung worse is that they made it to the final round. Alarinthia holds tournaments for the throne, not elections. But that's not why I left the nation at all. I heard about this in a letter a few years back. Haven't been home since and don't plan on going either.
The weather is really that bad?
Alarinthia is quite far away. It easily takes a few days to reach by sea. The climate is so different, I almost can't explain it. Just don't dress in layers. Wear as little clothing as possible. You're liable to melt into a puddle. It's better to know beforehand than go and regret it. Who knows where the path ahead might take you? Just doing my duty to help keep you safe.
Thanks, man. Back. Have any theories about all this? What are your thoughts on your culture?
Well, yeah, if the Triumvirate is truly responsible. Alestia is divided into 4 nations, right? Valinor, Mazeo, Alarinthia, and Baltius. Each nation has a general that serves the Triumvirate. They rule in their stead and make sure everything runs smoothly. Except, you guessed it, the Elder or General of Valinor. No one really knows why you remained untouched for so long. But the theory is that they don't want to anger the spirits. You know, because of all that spiritual energy residing here. So I'm thinking this is a power play. Take the 4th nation and control the whole world. They did the same thing to Mazeo about 20 years ago.
What happened in Mazeo, we can't let them have Valinor. What happened in Mazeo?
The same thing that's happening here, but with less fire. They occupied the free town and placed a general in charge. They used terrible force, but the town improved because of it.
Oof.
I'll never agree with their methods, but Mazeo is peaceful. If they're burning villages down now, though, unforgivable. Perhaps the rebellion isn't in the wrong after all.
What are your thoughts on our culture?
It's not like anything I've seen before. So in tune with the spirits, you let them govern you. The rest of Alestia has history in their own hands. Not that it's a bad thing, of course. It's just different from the rest of the world. From what I've seen, the spirits have a good grasp on things.
The rest of the world doesn't care for spirits, so you'd live here if you had the chance?
Well, you're in the middle of a forest out here. You know what they say about nature and spiritual energy. The rest of the world has been deforested and settled differently. It's not that they don't care for spirits. Actually, it's more like they don't know anything else. They've lived their entire lives in areas devoid of spiritual energy. But Valinorth is so peaceful while the rest of the world isn't. It might very well be the influence of the spirit realm. You have a good thing going here. I can't stand what's happening.
Exit. We've talked to him. Let's talk to Valessa. Find anything useful.
I wish. This whole place is a mess. Honestly, I don't even know what to look for. Milas isn't stupid, though. He'd leave something.
How long has he been the elder? You seem to think highly of him. What if he's helping the rebellion?
Honestly, only a few months. He was thrust into the position against his will. Something happened to his father, the previous elder.
Ooh.
But he's done such a good job, it's crazy. The leadership of Valinor did not skip a beat. He must have been training under his father.
What happened to his dad? Don't speak too soon. Look at what's happening. What happened to his dad?
Nobody knows, actually. He went on a trip to Matsio and never came back. Search parties came up with nothing. It's like he vanished. Normally we'd hold an election, but things were crazy. That and Valinor is really big on family and tradition. Everyone just seemed to expect that Milos would take over.
You seem to think highly of
He's
him.
performed admirably for the position he's in. I doubt even a full election would find a better candidate. I was scared for a while, but he really filled the role. He didn't want to do it, but he kind of had to. It all happened so fast. I'm not sure of the specifics. But it was seamless. You almost couldn't notice.
If he doesn't want to do it, he shouldn't have to. Maybe I should step up after this is all over. Oh well, life puts you in some crazy situations. Oh well! If he doesn't want to, he shouldn't have to. Maybe I should step up after this is all over. I mean, we are the serious, and I guess that we do have some sort of power here. Yeah, let's hit that one.
Wait, you want to be the elder? Are you sure you don't have a full plate right now? I mean, we could always try to find someone more willing. But we can worry about that after this is over. There's lots to do, and we can't even find him. I really hope that nothing bad has happened.
What if he's helping the rebellion?
I'd want to get to the bottom of it then. There's more going on than we can take at face value. He'd have his reasons, and I'd want to hear all of them.
Could anything excuse what's going on right now? He'd sure have a lot of explaining to do.
That's the thing, though. It's not actually happening. If he can explain himself, and we can prevent this, well, then we can deal with it in a reasonable way. We can't condemn him on a vision like this. That's like hating someone for what they do in a dream. Besides, we have no way of confirming this is his fault.
Beck, are you sure this is a vision?
I'm making a pretty educated guess. I'm trained to detect this kind of stuff. But it's so weird because this feels like reality.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to me? I mean, technically, I'm not real, right? That's hard to take in. This feels real to me. But the way you're acting, yeah, it makes me certain. It's very rare that I become lucid in a vision. But with the evidence at hand, I'm very sure. Better not talk about it too loud, though. I don't want Ulrich to realize something is up. The rules state that only you and I can know.
What would be the harm in telling him? Rules? What kind of rules are there?
Trust me, it's better for him not to know. He'd act recklessly, and he'd be really confused. Well, more reckless than normal, I mean.
Alright.
These are gifts, blessings, directly from the realm of spirits. We're not in any position to harm what they give us.
How long do they last? Why do the spirits give me visions? You call this a gift? How long do they last?
As long as any other dream, I guess. Or maybe when the spirits decide you've seen enough. That's one of the things we don't really know. I guess something traumatic, like your death, would end it. Our minds aren't fit to comprehend what would happen next. We should make the most of the time we do have in here.
Why do spirits give me visions?
Nobody knows, but we assume it's to protect us. If we know it's coming, we can change what happens. Seers have done it time and time again for thousands of years. A lot of people think they'll want something in exchange. That they're planting seeds to reap later down the line. Stupid superstition, if you ask me. They just want to help.
Nobody helps for free, Valessa. We must be eternally grateful. Because, I mean, if they've continued to give us this ability after so long, then maybe all they want in return is for the Seeress to help change the course of history and stuff. That way the forest can continue to thrive, and so the spirits can continue to live on, so that way they won't be wiped out.
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing more pure than the spirits. Without the visions, we'd have died out ages ago.